When buyers review financial projections, they don't just glance at the numbers. They want to know exactly what assumptions are driving every line of the forecast. Financial projections matter because they help a buyer picture what the business could earn after the deal closes. They shape value, financing, and confidence in the opportunity. Hi, I'm Brunelle, and I welcome you to this video where I'll walk you through how buyers evaluate financial projections, the assumptions they stress test, and why historical performance still matters so much. We'll also look at revenue quality, expenses, cash flow, the projection mistakes that raise red flags, and how owners can prepare forecasts that feel far more credible to a buyer. Projections are still estimates, not guarantees, and a strong forecast lays out a realistic path forward, with enough evidence behind it that a buyer can believe in it. One of the first things buyers do is compare your projections to historical results. They look at revenue, margins, and growth trends to see whether the forecast follows a believable pattern. If the projection suddenly jumps far beyond what the business has ever produced, buyers will ask what changed and whether the evidence really supports that step up. Projections that look like a hockey stick without strong supporting rationale are usually discounted. Then buyers test the assumptions behind the forecast. They want to see how revenue will grow, what payroll will cost, whether material expenses are realistic, and how new customers will actually be won. Support matters here. Signed contracts, customer pipelines, hiring plans, and vendor pricing make a projection far more credible than a spreadsheet standing on its own. Revenue quality matters just as much as revenue size. Buyers put more trust in forecasts built on recurring sales, a broad customer base, and relationships that have held up over time. That kind of revenue is usually seen as lower risk because it is less dependent on one big customer or one short-lived burst of demand. Buyers also look closely at expenses and cash flow. They review payroll, overhead, materials, equipment, and any future investments needed to support the growth you're projecting. Even if revenue looks strong, weak cash flow timing can create risk. Buyers want to know the business can stay stable while funding day-to-day operations and future plans. Common mistakes show up fast in due diligence. Buyers get wary when a forecast assumes sudden growth with no support, ignores inflation or rising costs, or treats every customer as if they'll stay forever. The biggest mistake is presenting estimates as if they are guaranteed outcomes. Serious buyers want realism, not optimism dressed up as certainty. The goal is not to produce the most ambitious forecast in the room. The goal is to present projections that are realistic, defensible, and easy for a buyer to follow. Evidence builds confidence. If you're thinking about selling, first-choice business brokers of the Triangle can help you prepare your financial information, strengthen your buyer conversations, and enter due diligence with more confidence. Contact us today and get a free confidential business valuation.